What is up, guys? This is Astranox. Wyvern 13. This team is pretty amazing. It's on my account number 2. I did showcase teams on my account number 1 and the team I'm running on account number 3, but this is on account number 2. And the great thing about this team is, well, there's Dizzy, which I haven't showcased in Wyvern 13. There is Karin and Angelica. Of course, Seaside Bellona I already did showcase, but let me talk about why this team is strong, why you should potentially build this team compared to maybe other teams. So the first thing about this team is, of course, it's hard to, get together. But if you do have these heroes, well, you are in luck. So let's talk about the fact you have these heroes, right? Or maybe you're missing one or maybe two of these heroes. By the way, guys, I did a few videos covering free-to-play teams. A team of full 3-star heroes, which are free-to-play heroes, no Moonlight hero. And then I have 3 free-to-play plus Baptiste. That's not free-to-play to me because Baptiste is a Moonlight 3-star hero. I got 3 free-to-play hero plus Seaside Bellona. I have the first Wyvern 13 video that I did was full free-to-play team with 4-star Crozet as the tank in the front line with Alexa Taranor guard and Misty Chain. You might want to check those videos out if you are, if you need to get more information about, Wyvern 13. So these videos are guides with tips. This is going to be more of a tips with, build, stats, kind of deal. So this team, what does it have going for itself? Debuffs, debuffs, and more debuffs. As you might have noticed now, the boss is loaded with debuffs thanks to Dizzy and, well, pretty much the whole team beside Angelica. They're applying debuffs. Karin, she only has defense break. She is the main damage dealer in this group. She has Daydream Joker 3-star artifact. Same as Seaside Bellona. She's the second damage dealer in the group. Seaside Bellona has plenty of debuffs. She's got Unhealable, she's got Unable to be buffed debuff, both of those on skill 3. Skill 2 has defense break, happens passively when she builds 5 focus, she's doing now. And skill 1 has the target debuff. So target and defense down debuff are great to increase your damage output against the boss. Works with Daydream Joker as well. Dizzy on her, oh man, that was so close though. Dizzy on her skill 3, she's got 3 debuffs. Okay, one of them the boss is immune to, and it's decreased speed, guys. You cannot land that. The boss has 80% effect resistance. You counter this with 65 effectiveness. You need 65% effectiveness on heroes that land debuffs to have the best chance to land your debuffs. More than 65% is a waste. Dizzy on her skill 3, like I said, she's got decreased speed. You don't care about that. You have attack down, attack break, right? Very powerful debuff because it cuts the attack in half of the boss. You've got, okay, Karin actually did quite a bit of damage here. Seaside Bellona in second, but there's a lot of runs where Karin just destroys Seaside Bellona. Just an amazing hero. If you can get the defense break early on, she's gonna do from her skill 2 and to her skill 3. That combo deals insane amount of damage with Daydream Joker. So I'll show you the gear. So Dizzy doesn't have a debuff on skill 1 and 2, but skill 3, decreased speed, attack down, and decreased hit chance are definitely very, very powerful. And this team, what does it have going for itself? Not only debuffs, but since you do have debuffs, right? Most of your debuffs, they're coming from 2 heroes. Yes, they're limited, Dizzy and Seaside, but if you do have these heroes, it's much easier to gear for compared to a lot of teams out there, especially like a free-to-play team. Most of the free-to-play teams that I've showcased, they are harder to gear for. So Dizzy, what do you need on her? First, 65% effectiveness, right? More than that is a waste. And as much speed as possible. You don't want to have like 250 speed on her. The boss, the Wyvern on stage 13 has something like 250, maybe 260 speed. You do not want to outspeed the boss. The boss will attack the frontliner on turn 1 if the boss is at 100% health. If you deal any amount of damage because you went first, it doesn't matter. Now it's too random. It's too random because you need to have 2 debuffs on the boss for it to attack the frontliner. So let the boss go first, and it's gonna be much better. You're gonna be able to put, you know, you're gonna have a full 2 turn of debuffs landed on the boss instead of like having debuffs there for like you know, just a fraction of a turn or whatever. So her skill number 1 has stun, and we don't care about that. So with Syra Rand, you can apply one of these 5 debuffs. 2 of them, the silence and sleep, the boss is immune to, so you can land, decrease attack and decrease hit chance and poison out of this artifact, and that's really great because her skill 1 and 2 doesn't have debuffs. Skill 2, very powerful because it extends the duration of debuffs by 1 turn. So just amazing skill. Unfortunately, the decrease combat truthiness will not happen. The boss is immune to decrease CR. Skill number 3, like I said, these 3 debuffs, well, decreased speed is worthless, but with Syra Rand, you could potentially land poison debuff as well. Maybe the attack down, the attack break debuff didn't happen. You landed from the Syra Rand instead. Same with the, you know, the decreased hit chance. So you've got like a backup plan. That Syra Rand is really great, and it can happen on dual attacks as well. Seaside Bellona, of course, like an amazing hero. Like I said, like these debuffs, man, unhealable and unable to be buffed. Debuff, 100% chance, of course, if it doesn't get resisted. And you got here the decrease speed. And the thing is, yeah, sometimes like Seaside Bellona, her skills, you turn them off just to deal as much damage as possible. With skill 1, have a higher uptime on the target debuff, and have yeah, just rely on the defense break and on target debuff. You don't want to do that. You want to turn on your skills for everyone on this team. You don't turn off any skills of anyone. So her gear, I mean, what you want is 65% effectiveness. Since she is the 2nd damage dealer, you will want on her, well, the first thing, Daydream Joker deals damage based on the target max health. And Daydream Joker is the best way to increase your damage output against a target with high amount of health. I mean, the boss has like 200,000 health, and that is insane. That's an insane amount. It's actually over than that. I don't know why I forgot the amount, the exact amount, but yeah, 3% of that is insane. It doesn't deal exactly 3%, right? It really depends. It really depends on, you need to land a critical hit, and then it gets multiplied by your critical hit damage. Your attack will not do anything to this thing. What you want is decrease defense debuff, right? You want target debuff on the boss, and now Daydream Joker is gonna deal a ton more damage. And yeah, so priority is on her. 65% effectiveness. Then you want to aim for 85% crit chance. 85% crit chance is how much you need on ice heroes in Wyvern 13, because you are at elemental advantage, ice versus fire. So you are getting 15% critical hit chance for free, guys. So yeah, now with Daydream Joker, 85% crit chance, as much critical hit damage as possible and as much speed as possible will definitely scale your damage beautifully. Of course, attack as well, but since you're going to be relying on Daydream Joker quite a bit, the attack is not the most important thing. If you had to choose between attack and critical hit damage, I would say take critical hit damage. But she is not the main damage dealer. We'll move on to Karin, which is the main damage dealer. You want to have higher critical hit damage on your Karin, so you can scale the damage of Daydream Joker as much as possible. And that is her gear. To be honest, like I would have my heroes all on speed sets basically, but I was farming on this account a Golem quite a bit in the past, and yeah, I have a lot of resource saved up. I did farm Wyvern quite a bit, but not that much. But still, yeah, Karin, she is getting 85% critical hit chance because her self-memory imprint gives her crit chance. So keep that in mind if you're maybe you know, maybe your Seaside Bellona needs some critical hit chance, Karin doesn't, so you can keep, you know, the team-wide memory imprint, which will not affect Karin even if she's in the top or back position. So the skill number 1, decrease cooldown by 1 turn, which is very powerful. Skill number 2 is what she opens with, right? She uses skill 2 even if skill 3 is available. So she does skill 2 extra turn into skill 3. If you do land the defense down debuff, the defense break, it will deal a ton of damage, and that's really great. The thing is, you need to land a critical hit, so you need 85% crit chance on her to have 100% crit chance versus fire. And yeah, the thing is, this skill has a 50% critical hit damage increase as well, which is gonna boost the damage from Daydream Joker even further. And the skill 1 that decrease cooldown by 1 turn on critical hit is actually very strong, very strong. So yeah, I would say that the effectiveness at 65% is not going to be easy to go for, since you do have another defense breaker in the team, aka like Seaside Bellona in my team. Then I don't have to worry too much about landing defense break with her. But I mean, if she was the sole defense breaker in the team, of course I would get 65% effectiveness on her for sure. It only lasts 1 turn though, and Seaside Bellona, it lasts for 2 turns, her defense break, and then Dizzy, she can extend the duration of those debuffs, which is very strong. So yeah, most of this gear was you know, the free item level 75 attack set. I upgraded my boots. Unfortunately, they have a bunch of effect resistance, but I still decided to go for them because they have high critical hit damage and attack. And yeah, this necklace was from PvP. Okay, let's move on to Angelica. So what does she need? Well, she pretty much needs a balance of health and defense. Mine is built with more defense because most of the time defense percentage main stat on gear on the right side is gonna be available to you, since you use the health percentage gear on your PvP heroes, right? So for PvE, you could build Angelica purely for PvE, and you could go with some build like this. I would say, like, I would gear her for a speed broken set or speed health, speed defense set. It's all good. This deals, I mean, this heals for a decent portion. You don't really care about the immunity, but the barrier can absorb 1 attack before it gets dispelled. And this heals for a ton. It can double dip and double heal her. It's really powerful. I would say if you had to skill her up, I would definitely worry about this one first. Only a 2-turn cooldown with Prophetic Candlestick. She can pretty much use that every time she goes, which is really cool. And that's her gear that I have on her. I would say try to balance your health and your defense, like I said, so you have the best effective health. And that will definitely increase your survival much more, even though her healing is based on the caster's max health, aka, well, her own health. You can still go with quite a bit of defense on her, meaning that you will receive less damage per hit that you receive. So it's gonna be easier to heal anyway, so it's not so bad. But if you need to use Angelica in other content to heal the rest of your group, well, you should have, of course, more health than defense, because her healing is based on her max health. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Press the bell icon for to be notified whenever I release a new video. And check out my other videos. They should be showing up on the screen now. I got playlists of all sorts for PvE and PvP. Arena, Guild Wars, guys, tips and how-tos, and the best 462+, as well as best starter guides for my early to mid-game players. If you want to progress fast, join my Discord server. The link is in the description, guys. We have over 1,000 members. If you want to get help or help the community, feel free to join us. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all you do. That's really it for this one. Stay safe out there. COVID-19 is no joke. Peace out for now. And check out my other Wyvern 13 videos. A bunch of free-to-play teams that I did video for, so you might want to check that out to help you out with your team compositions, because you might not have all these heroes, but at least I was able to showcase some heroes which I haven't showcased in Wyvern 13, even though I did showcase them in Wyvern 11 way back. Alright, peace out for now.